Okay, well, we went to
Sports
dance
route.
class and it was
Yes,
lit.
and we
You
killed
went to
it.
dance class?
We need to talk
Yes.
about
Do you
it.
want us to show you the routine?
Why are we just
Should we
talking
show
about
you
this
the
now?
routine?
Okay, wait. So we did squats
Yeah.
first off. Literally, one of the dance moves, guys, was like this. It was like, yeah, literally. Welcome back to another episode of In the Slot. I'm Moobie. You never get it right.
No. What do you mean not get it right? We're so used to Moobie, Smelly, and Ray. You're f***ing it up.
All right,
I'm
go.
Moobie.
I'll go second.
I'm Moobie.
I'm Ray.
I'm Smelly.
Hell yeah. We are back for another crazy episode. A lot to talk about, a lot of things to just get in.
Crazy episode today, guys.
What a crazy episode,
Crazy.
guys.
Let's get weird.
What's happening in our
weird.
lives?
Remember when we just wore wigs that one episode? That was crazy.
Yeah, that was nuts.
We should do it again.
That was fun.
Any life updates? Ray's actually leaving us next week.
I am,
She's
yes.
fleeing the country.
Fleeing the country, literally.
Are you so excited?
I am. I'm really excited to dive into that whole experience.
You're going to
and-
embody
Yeah.
a new
Totally.
soul and mindset over there.
Honestly, yeah. I feel like, I don't know about all that, but
I would
Also,
say
she comes back
I
shaved
was
head.
walking on the street today
Like a
and
monk.
someone was smoking a cigarette, and I thought about you in
I
Europe.
love that. Love the dirtbag antics.
There was,
that remind you of
a
me.
homeless person smoking a cigarette, and we were like, actually, we saw
Piece
the
of
road.
shit.
All right.
Piece of shit on the side of the road smoking a cigarette.
How long are you there for?
Just a week.
That's great.
Yeah, Monday to Monday.
You
so.
deserve that. I love a little June
Thanks.
vacay because it kicks
I
off the
know.
summer right.
I know. I didn't even really think about that. Like the season was starting when I go there. So
Yeah, because that's awesome. Because by the time you get back, you still
It's
like
gonna
all
be
the
like-
summer
I
ahead
know.
of you.
It's
Gonna be
I
so-
know.
We're just hitting the warmth again. It's like 80 degrees today.
It's really hot.
It's awesome.
Hot as hell. But I was gonna say something before we said that. Now I can't
Well, you
remember.
were sick.
Yeah, I was sick. I thought I was getting mono. I mean, my
Sick
whole
of
family
us.
had mono.
Sick of our
No
bullshit.
way.
Well, I think the kids had mono, but Gina had mono. My cousin.
How'd Gina get it?
I don't know.
What was Gina doing?
Gina was.
I
Is
don't
it
know.
mono?
It's from
Mono
kissing.
kissing disease.
Oh,
yeah, but
wait,
we
wait.
kiss the kids and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So maybe. Wait, do you
I
have a
think-
camera today? Yo, shout out Ben! Guys,
Whoa.
you can finally see what Ben looks like. There he is.
There he is.
The man, the
There's
myth.
Klein.
He
Bottom line with Klein, baby.
Bottom
You
line-
face frame yourself?
bottom line with Klein, he loves the Jets, and that's all you gotta know.
Yeah. I like the
And the
Jets.
Badgers.
Yes.
Jets and Badgers.
Hell yeah. So you just think you got it through the kids, which is fine. Kids are dirty. Kids
Yeah,
are.
I don't know. I feel like I maybe have had mono before.
Yeah.
So, because you only
You only get it
get
once.
it once.
Yeah.
So she must have not had it. I don't know.
Maybe
I
you
didn't
just
feel
got
good
some
at
other
all.
kind of side
Something.
infection.
Yeah.
I'm happy that
because
we
Maisie
didn't-
was in the hospital.
Yeah.
Oh.
No.
Yeah,
sorry.
it was
Little
like,
Maisie.
yeah, no, it was crazy. And then she just, I guess, she had like a rash on her. I don't know if that was, actually, I don't know if it was, she had like a swollen spleen.
Wow.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Oh, yeah, because that's what
when you're
happens in
sick.
mono.
Yeah.
You get a soul.
But
Or
she
you
didn't
can
have
rupture
mono.
your
Yeah, you can rupture your spleen because they would. I
Yeah.
remember one time in high school, one of my guy friends had mono, and like they literally were like, get off the soccer field
Yeah,
because
if you play a sport.
Yeah.
it was gonna like rupture
Right.
his spleen. And I thought I was gonna have mono, but it turns out when I was younger, I already had mono. So then I got like Coxsackie.
Coxsackie, that's what she
Yes,
has.
that's what I had.
She had it.
That's
Coxsackie?
Yeah, it's like goes along with mono.
Literally, why would they name it? My mom's like, you have Coxsackie. I'm like,
'Cause
excuse
kids-
me?
kids get
I did
Coxsackie.
what to the cock?
Is it Coxsackie or Coxsackie?
Coxsackie, you sick fuck.
Coxsackie? But it's
Coxsackie.
called hand, foot, and mouth disease. Like,
Yeah.
of course.
No, yeah, it's like sores all. She had, and I
Yeah.
said it before she got, like, they said it. I was like, she might have Coxsackie because she had the rash
Yeah.
all over her feet and the sores.
Kind of a, yeah,
So-
like he literally spelled it Coxsackie.
Whoa, that's
Coxsackie.
crazy. Coxsackie for those wondering. So
You've never heard of this before?
No, I've heard of hand, foot, and mouth.
Yes, I had it. And I literally, of course, like that's the week when I had Coxsackie in high school. Like I decided to like go on a date for like the first time.
Oh,
and
my-
I'm
My
trying to-
date has
I'm
Coxsackie.
trying to eat- He's like,
He's like, you want to give
spaghetti?"
me
you
some
fully knew?
Coxsackie?
Like I knew I had Coxsackie. I wasn't gonna kiss him. It was just
knew
gonna be
I had
like
Cox.
a non-touch.
He probably was so excited to
me.
maybe get a kiss, and of course, the one time you're like,
You're like, I actually have Coxsackie.
I was trying to eat the spaghetti, but I had like canker sores all in my mouth. Like I couldn't play
Dude.
basketball like for like a couple weeks because like I'd lost so much weight because like just couldn't eat
canker sores.
with everything, and it was really gross and embarrassing. And you know when you have those dick teachers too in high school that like can't just like catch you a break. So they're like, Kelly, you've been awfully quiet in the back.
You're like, I have canker sores all over my mouth.
You stupid bitch.
Wait, guys, speaking of ER and shit like that, literally was texting my sister. I was like, so I have like dinner for you, by the way, if you want it. She was on her way to her soccer game. Literally texted me. She's like,
right.
I'm on my way to the ER. I'm like, what? Actually split her forehead open from like here to here, like 9 stitches.
Insane.
9 stitches?
Going hard, so hard in her co-ed
way.
playoff soccer game.
No
Literally,
way.
I don't know if this is unpopular, but anywhere else, that'd be cool. Like low key.
Yeah, but
the
on
fact
your
that
head.
it's the middle of her forehead.
And she's
really
like,
sucks.
I'm a monster. No one, every
sucks.
time I turn my camera on Zoom, everyone thinks I'm hideous. I'm like, oh my God, it's not that bad. And she just got her stitches out today and I went with her.
Is she gonna have like a scar now? Or?
She literally bought a sun hat. She's like, I'm all summer, I'm wearing a sun hat. I was like, all right. And she's treating
She
it
doesn't
well.
look like a monster.
Not at all.
Exaggerate. It looks like she.
Literally doesn't even look bad.
Just
I'm like
beat
not
up a
trying to
little.
milk it over, but I'm like, milk it over. I don't think that's a term.
Milk it over?
But I was
Sure,
like,
I get it.
it doesn't look that
keeps
bad.
making up terms lately.
Milk it over.
Milk
Just
it
when
over.
she thinks she knows.
You know those two guys who
Something
make
similar.
up those terms, Rusty and
Yes.
No.
milk it over could be like,
Milk.
I don't need to milk, like, milk it over would be like,
I feel like milk it means like when you milk it, you like drag something out.
yeah, but if I'm milking it over, then I'm
You
like, it's
drag
not that
over
bad.
it.
Over.
All right.
All right, milk it over.
So if you milk it, bad.
Yeah.
If you milk it over.
If I'm milking it over, if I'm
That'll
milking
be a
it
new term.
didn't mean to milk it over, like your injury, but stop dragging it.
There you go.
That's how I'd use it.
All right, hell yeah.
And of course, she ran into a guy, and like the guy soccer player was like, ah.
She ran into a man.
It was a guy because it was co-ed.
That sucks.
And the guy was like, oh my God, like being so dramatic, you know? And he literally had a speck.
Are you serious?
And Sabrina was like, oh, like fine, like stood up right away. And she was like, is it bad? And they were like, damn.
Shit.
They're like, you actually need
Your
to
whole face is split open.
go to the ER.
Oh my God, that kid going home, he's like, hey, Susie.
No.
Split open a girl's face today.
Yeah, he literally was like, I'll pay for your medical bills, like whatever
Oh,
you
good.
need, which was nice.
Gentlemen.
But you know, it was fine.
I mean, but like part of me like is so envious of Sabrina that she gets like so into like the things she does
totally.
that like she would go so hard to the fact that she walks out
Every
with
night
a-
she goes to those games, and I'm like, see, love me. I'll be on the couch. She's
Yeah.
always like, you want to guest play? I'm like, no, thank you. Yeah, we went to the doctor today. She's like, yeah, I have a low resting heart rate. She thinks she's like she is like an athlete, but she'll like tell the doctor like, yeah, I'm an elite athlete. And I'm just sitting there like, such a douche.
What does that mean?
Like if you have a really low resting heart rate that's below 40, like when you're laying down, that means you're like really fit. And she has like a 38 resting heart
really?
rate.
I think I have like 50 or something.
Yeah, I don't think
Yeah.
mine's.
I
I haven't gotten a checkup. Meanwhile, I'm in the doctor. I'm like, I should probably get checked.
Yeah.
I know. I'm so bad with the doctor.
Ugh.
Like
I feel like
all
literally
the doctors.
everyone is. I feel like
Yeah.
everyone I talk to is like, yeah. I should
Like you're
go
supposed to
to
get blood work every 6 months.
Yeah.
Oh,
Not
no.
every 3 years.
No, I don't even know the last time I got blood work.
Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah.
We should be more. It's yearly. Like we should be getting things yearly.
Or even just like checking my pulse and checking my breathing, like my liver.
Oh yeah, because you would really know and how to tell if you had
Check
something
your
wrong with you.
breathing.
I should be
my
checking my
yeah.
pulse
Said
more
checking
often.
my liver.
Fuck.
No, I'm literally sitting in there like, I think I need to
Checking
sign
your
up.
liver.
How would you go about checking your liver?
They
Right.
would have to check it for me. Like, I don't know.
What are you talking about? Check your pulse.
Check my pulse to make sure I'm elite athlete.
Oh, I thought you were saying you think that you yourself should be checking your own pulse more.
no, like I think, maybe. I don't know. Can you guys?
Again, as if you would even know what the hell you're feeling.
I wouldn't even know. But there was a resident nurse in there today, and I was just thinking about resident nurses. Like, you know how they have to do like 4 years of residency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not even getting paid. And he's like taking the
You don't
stitches
get
out.
paid
You don't
at
get paid
all?
when you're a residency, apparently. That's my sister said. But she thinks she knows it all.
Dude, that's
That's so much
kinda
schooling.
crazy.
That's so much schooling.
also
Yeah.
it's so mean because they're helping
I know.
so much. They're being so productive, probably accomplishing so much, and they're like, yeah, we're not
get
gonna
paid.
pay you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Residency? Yeah, there's no fucking way. What are you like
Sabrina!
intern?
Maybe like the first year. Yes, Serena, if you're listening, why would they not get paid, yo? Making me
We're
spew.
about to give you some more stitches.
Yeah. I'm going to punch you in the face. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. So this episode, I wanted to talk about how 2 years ago, was like the first week of my Barstool internship, which is crazy, where my colleague Ben was alongside me, which is weird to think about because we like didn't really even know each other. And that first week was crazy. And I was trying to conjure up like embarrassing stories or just things that happened. And also just like inspirational, I don't know, words of advice that if you're going into an internship this summer, because there's a lot of, and it doesn't have to be at Barstool, but a lot of people who just graduated college trying to figure out their life, just words of wisdom. They're not that profound, but we'll get into those after some crazy stories. So we were just remembering a time that there's a couch right when you walk. First of all, the office used to look completely different. There used to be couches right next to.
Well, when you started your internship, but didn't Dave just buy the?
Yeah, bought the company back, which is really cool. Well, that was in the middle, like a month into it. So we started, yada, yada. I got the Barstool internship through connection of Jack Mac. I was already posting on TikTok. I was so newbie to it. And
Barstool athlete.
I was a Barstool athlete, which like fizzled out, which is not a thing anymore, I don't think.
I don't even know what that is.
There was like being a Barstool athlete was like really cool, and they would send you like Barstool athlete sweatshirts.
There was literally like a sweatshirt.
And let me, we were 3 and 12.
And everyone, like literally like half of our team's bio was like Barstool athlete.
Which is like crazy.
And then they
was
would like wear around the sweatpants or like whatever.
Oh, that's so funny.
Yeah. So then when I came in, I was the only, I thought I was a social intern, which at the time I was like, oh, social media, but it's actually, which it is that. But the social interns were more like running brand pages, like running Plan Brie and running Pink Whitney and stuff like that. So mine was actually different. I was content. And I remember Chuck. Oh, wait, that's not his name. Is that his name? Chuck pulled me down and was like, you're actually going to be sitting down here on the content floor. And it was so loose. You know, I always say it's sink or swim. So it's like, he's like, all right, post 5 times a day, see what you can do. And figure it out. Crazy. And as an intern, you hear that and you're like, all right, I'm going to fucking do it.
Yeah.
Everyone was there. Big Cat was there in the office. Chicago hadn't opened yet. So like all the big dogs are running around.
So everyone was just in New York.
Yeah. Can't you imagine how different it was?
So different. I feel like there would so much more would be going on.
Yeah. I remember
at all times.
I had like my whiteboard. First of all, I thought PFT's name was PMT. But that's the name of their podcast. And I was like, yo, PMT. And they're like, that's not it. I'm like, oh, God. And that's what Alex Bennett was here and Jordan. And I was like, oh, they're so cool. And Big Cat walked in. And I would make people do question of the day. And I remember it was like a big commodity.
Were you scared to ask them? Or like, who was your like most favorite person to ask? And who was your least favorite? Like when someone turned the corner, you're like, oh, thank God. Or
Caroline was always the best. Caroline was so nice to me. And I was like, hey, can you answer my question? And like, she'd always do a funny bit. But some other people were like, what's stupid? Who wrote this question? I'm like, oh my God, it's me. Great.
Oh my God, I did.
Why would they ask
actually
that
did.
if you were literally asking a question?
I don't even know. Like some of them are like, if an alien invasion hit, those did well though. I remember I liked to intro it.
Oh, that's cool.
It would go on the Barstool page, so people kind of like knew who I was.
That's cool.
I remember like seeing it.
Oh yeah, like what was your perspective?
I remember just like the first time, like I think I saw you on my first time on my For You page, but like when it was at Barstool, not like whatever. And then like I think I like got into like a deep dive of just like stalking, asking all, like looking through. But
it was a playlist.
Yeah, it was like fun, but at that point like we were close, but we weren't like crazy close. So it was like fun. Like I wasn't texting you all the time, so like I didn't know what was going on in your life, so I was just seeing like these like little snippets of it.
No, my only friend was Jack Mac.
You talking
the
all these
only
men,
person I felt comfortable being myself around, because you know you ease into people and you say hi to people, and that's one of my points on this. It was like be kind to everyone, because you literally don't know when you're gonna need someone's help or what's gonna happen. I was just kind to everyone, stayed in my own lane, posted, and like that was kind of like what all the interns did. Everyone just did their own thing, but mine was in front of everyone, being like, hey, can I ask you this?
Right.
And then me and Peyton, which is so funny, had to do like stuff for the Barstool store. So we would make like skit videos. Oh my God, and Peyton hated being on camera. And she
hates me.
I hate this. And I'd be like, come on, let's go. Oh my God.
You guys were like such like opposites.
Literally black cat, golden retriever.
Yeah.
She'd always be like, fuck this. And I'd be like, I think I'm actually kind of excited to see how many likes it gets.
Actually,
it'll be fun. But there was this one time, so Dave never really came into the office, but he started coming in more. Erica was also here. Shout out Erica. She left. Devin worked with Erica. And I remember seeing Devin do the, what was her show called? Like Token CEO. And I'd be like, Devin's cool. It's like my interpretation of you. I remember the first time we talked about lacrosse, and you're like, I played lacrosse in high school.
I feel like the first time we ever talked, you were like, Jack Mac said you're going on vacation.
Oh my
That's
god,
the
that's
first
so
thing.
that's the
And I was
first
like,
thing.
Of course, Devin remembers the fucking whole.
Oh, you're like, oh great, Jack Mack's just telling everyone about my vacay.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, I don't know.
She's like, nice to meet you. Yeah, I am.
Yeah.
Going to the Bahamas.
Like,
Oh, you
cool.
asked me who I was going with, and I was like, "Oh, do you know Cody? Like, he sits downstairs."
Oh, yeah,
and
but-
I had to do that whole debrief.
Oh yeah, so can I talk about how you did these? So Cody he also works at Barstool. Devin's dating Cody, and I remember when I found that out, and I was like, oh my god,
Tea.
right? Because when you're
Yeah.
they're not like holding hands in the hallway.
Yeah,
know?
like you wouldn't even know.
They don't make it easy to buy concert tickets these days at all. You got to sign up for the pre-sale, get in the queue, and by the time you get through, the best seats are gone. Going to a concert should be about the show itself, not waiting in a virtual line. Lucky for us, we all use Game Time, the official ticketing partner of Barstool Sports. Game Time makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the app actually go down
Yeah.
as the show time gets closer. We were looking at concerts all around the app. There was Chris Brown,
Chris
Gracie
Brown.
Abrams.
Chris Stapleton, Jelly Roll, Post Malone, Lady Gaga.
The weekend is actually, you can find tickets under $100 for him. So what are you waiting for? I'm going to buy those tickets ASAP because I want to have a good time with my girls.
Mm-hmm.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use code SLOT for $20 off your first purchase. And terms apply again. Create an account, redeem code SLOT for $20 off. Download the Game Time app like we're going to do. What time is it?
Game time.
You know, we have a mothering room at Barstool that's like a blackout room for anybody who needs to breastfeed. Actually,
That's
God.
actually really sweet.
it's so sweet.
Yeah.
But I remember when Dave came in, I remember one time he was walking around, I like locked eyes with him and I was like, oh my God, he had no clue who I was. Obviously the story about how
He didn't know who you were?
he didn't know really anything about me or who I was.
So who hired you?
They did. Once they found out who I was. It took them like a month to really like know. The story is that someone came up to him on Montauk, and I actually met this girl at the beer garden. She came out to me and was like, I'm the girl that went up to Dave in Montauk and said that we love your content. And I was like, oh my God, basically you got me hired.
That's crazy.
So
Wait,
what happened in Montauk?
Yeah, wait, I'm confused.
This-
Did you work for Barstool before he even knew who you were?
Yeah.
Yeah, like he knew, but he's not really like,
You applied to Barstool?
Well, she was an intern.
yeah. But
You
he's,
applied to Barstool.
yes. Like, no, like I was recruited, I guess, through Jack Mac and like through connections and did interviews and then like got the job.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it was never with Dave. Dave wasn't really involved in the company when Penn,
Oh.
Like,
Oh.
if I can
See, all
say
right,
that.
See, I wasn't.
I think
following
Dave's hands were less in the everyday when Penn was a part of the company
Okay.
because he could take a step back.
Right.
Now he's way more like he's.
I see what you're saying.
Running the show
I
way
didn't.
more.
I didn't put that.
so he wasn't like
together.
watching my stuff or really knowing who
Okay.
the interns were for that season because like
Gotcha.
he didn't really have to.
Yeah. I remember now actually when we found out on the bus and we were like on our way back from like
Yes.
Niagara.
Okay, wait. So let.
Sorry, I didn't mean to throw
No,
you
it's
off track.
totally fine. So like this, I met this girl at the beer garden, and she was like, "I'm the girl who came up to Dave," and basically he explains it as he was like out in Montauk chilling in his
remember
house
hearing
or
this, yeah.
at the brewery or whatever. At the brewery, probably not. And two girls came up to him and was like, "We love Moobie," and he was like, "Who's Moobie?" And that's when he was like, "Oh, like they're like she works for you. She's an intern. She's a content intern." And then he did a deep dive, and I remember that's when he followed me back on TikTok that night, and I was like, "Oh my God," because you know when you become friends with someone and then your whole For You page is them.
Yeah.
I was just imagining him like deep diving. Oh my God. It's
I
actually.
know.
In the
That's such a
beginning, I'm
scary
like, I
thought.
was so sad. He didn't like, so, but he saw potential. I was like, hell yeah. And I'm texting Jack back, like, is this a bad thing? Like, is he looking? He was like, no, that's great. He doesn't even follow me back. I was
Right. That's so funny.
like, yeah.
Betty's walking the halls
Yeah, I was
after
like-
that. She's like,
Nice.
Literally. So then I met Gaz, introduced me to Dave. And then I remember I saw Dave again. I was like, hey, nice to meet you. And he's like, we already met. And I was like, oh, great. Great. Blew it again. I couldn't even talk. They're like, I'm like, I don't actually know if I'm taller than him. But like, he is an intimidating presence. But like, there was no reason for me to, it's just, and like, I know you're good at talking to him, obviously. And you're like, why are you getting nervous?
Yeah, I don't know.
Sometimes I really
I get it,
get
yeah.
rattled.
I feel like it's just
know.
like it's like your mentality that like if you're like oh like I'm nervous because you think about it, it's like your boss and
Yeah, it's
just
like your
really
new coach.
successful.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally.
But it's like also you're not doing anything wrong.
yeah.
So you know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
if you had done something wrong or whatever, then I'd be like, okay, maybe worry
Now
about
you can
it.
shit your pants.
Yeah.
Actually, fucking worried.
Shit those
But yeah,
pants.
like if you know that you're good, you know.
No, totally. And then I remember after I did my 2 interview process, it was like all throughout the lacrosse thing. I didn't really tell that many people that I was like applying to it because I was just like, c'est la vie. If it happens, it happens. And I found out that I got the internship after we just got our ass whooped by Canisius.
So hard, smoked in the ground.
In Buffalo,
ironed,
6 hours away. We're like riding back misery.
freezing cold.
Silent
It was
bus
their
ride.
like mascot's birthday, so they're having all these celebrations.
Oh dear.
And I think I called
lost.
Delaney into my seat and I was like, I got the internship.
Aw.
And it was so fun. And that's when my life really changed.
Yeah.
And it was crazy. It was scary. So that leads me into my, I don't know, points of like, guys, do it scared. One of them is, here we go. Take risks and do it scared. Don't let the feel of failure, oh my God. Don't let the feeling of failure win, because if you fail, no one's going to care. And also, you're not going to fail. Like if you tell yourself, oh, I'm afraid of failure, I can't do this.
Yeah.
Do you need help?
Why? No, that's okay. Why put that in your mindset?
I agree. Totally can resonate with that.
Take risks.
Yeah. I mean, that's kind of my story too.
Yeah, like Ray came in here and was like, all right, let me get to work.
Yeah, but like I quit my job 4 months prior, and you know, that like had a steady salary, which was fucking dirt. But I can totally, like, I took a risk. I was like, all right, if I'm gonna make money like on TikTok, you know, I feel like something's gonna happen. Like there's gonna be a time where something will, you know, occur that I'll have more of like a locked in thing. And that was a risk because I didn't know. You know, you don't know.
Totally, you never know.
But then 4 months later, I got hired from Barstool, so
Which is crazy.
crazy.
How has your past few months been?
Up and down.
It ebbs and flows.
Yeah, I would say ebbs and flows. It's sort of not in a. I mean, it's a blessing, but there's also just, I guess, that other side of it where I didn't really expect a lot of the. You know, we talk about this all the time, the hate or like just the different vibe of things.
I just feel like change is just
Yeah.
hard in general. Like,
Yeah.
just like new things, adjusting, like being okay with like failure. Like I had such a hard time like being okay with like failing, and like I was such a
Kelly has
perfectionist.
grown so much, and I can attest from when we
Shader?
first started together, from like Cheez It stop number 2 to now, like 360 of your mindset and your vibe. And I
What do you think is different?
appreciate
Like,
that.
what's the difference?
I think just for me, from an observation of like confidence, you know, you don't have, like in the beginning, it's hard to be like, oh, like, am I good at this or am I doing it? But like confidence and trusting yourself and like, or like, you know, not giving your energy to something that doesn't need it, which I think we both learned.
100%. I also think too, like a big thing was just like acceptance of like failure is not the worst thing that can happen in the world. Like I can like
No, it's the
relate
best.
back to this with like even like with lacrosse. Like we'd be losing 20 to like 3, and I would be so concerned about like having such like making sure like having a perfect game, or like our coach said like, oh, everyone has to be catching on like their outside hands, and I like focused so hard on such details, like Maddie said, that like didn't need all that energy like in order to be perfect. And like I wish I just like went out there and had fun, and like I don't want to do like the same choke cold like with this kind of a job, where like playing lacrosse was such an incredible opportunity that I feel like I didn't fully take advantage of, and like this is such an incredible opportunity that like I don't want to take advantage of. So like I don't want to like ruin it all by like being so scared of like what can't happen. Like I remember I used to get so embarrassed. I'd be like, oh my God, like I got 150 likes on this video, and like now I'm thinking of Eddie and Charlie and Steven all watching it back at school, and I'm like, and they're like, Kelly's failing, like that's
no
what
one
I'm scared of, and like no one cares.
Yeah.
Like everyone's so
Or like if everyone
eyes.
could do it, like what always reassures me, like if everyone could, like if it was easy, then everyone would be, you know, posting and subjecting themselves.
Yeah, you got to give yourself credit.
Totally. There's some people who are like, I could actually never do that. I'd rather sit at a desk.
Yeah, and I think focusing on whatever it is, like you said about the lacrosse thing, like you were focusing so much on, but you know, in life, like if we're focusing on one thing, I think it's how you're focusing on it. I don't think it's bad to be focusing on it and like, you know, trying to think about it in a different light is mainly kind of, at least for me, and like how I feel when we're indulged or like in something, and then I know I can be negative, like I can be sort of like that and just like, oh, like fuck, like why you know, but it's not about that. It's about like, what is it doing for you rather than to you.
Exactly.
That's the whole thing we try to
that.
embody.
Finding the balance.
We should embody. Yeah, that. Because what the fuck are we gonna obsess about? Like what?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Or also like we always, you know the meme where it's like swipe out of the app.
Yeah,
If it's
dude.
annoying you.
Turn the page.
like-
My mom always would say, "Turn the page, Ray.
Yeah.
Change the channel.
Totally.
Change the channel."
I also
and I'd be like, "Shut up."
I also like
But
feel
now
like
you're
it's
like,
like,
all right.
Yeah.
even like not even just in our job, but I was like talking to one of my other friends who like the job that she was going for, she didn't necessarily get, and then another job fell into her lap, and she like pursued it, and now she's like a year in, and she's not loving it or like isn't exactly where she wants to be. But like she has so much comfort because she's like, I'm so young. I have a job now. I can get another job and like change into it. She has people around her, like her parents and her friends, who are helping her like guide through this time and like giving her the reassurance that like she can push for this other dream or whatever. Like I just think like another thing to remember is like we are so young and like things
Totally.
aren't that deep, and like if it was going to be one smooth road at all times, then like life would be easy and we'd
Yes.
all be
No, it's so true.
on top
Yes.
of the world at all times.
This
and
is
that's
yeah.
not-
Or like you always. Oh, sorry.
No, go.
I was gonna say that was one of my points too. So you don't have to stick to one thing in this life, and you always have the ability to reinvent yourself and never feel trapped.
I totally feel that. Like, this is like a deep conversation. I feel like this could really get like spiral into, but in a good way. I don't mean in a bad way.
Sometimes we have wigs on. Sometimes we get deep,
But-
which I like. This is informative and helpful. and
Yeah.
real.
But it's like a rabbit hole, but a good rabbit hole, because I feel like like this, and I've been feeling this lately too, just like sort of everything is like the butterfly effect. Everything, every choice, everything you make is literally like, even if it sucks so bad, it's like means something.
It's meant for you.
does.
Everything means something. It's teaching you something, whether you realize it or not when you're in it. But every choice that you've made
100.
has always
Builds
turned
you.
into something
Totally.
that you look back on when you're like, oh, I didn't like that, or did this, or led me here, or this and that. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's
like,
just
or when that
crazy.
bad thing happened to me and it sucked in the moment. Now, if that didn't happen, I wouldn't have been able to get here or
Right.
do this.
Right.
And I always think it's so cool to think about like how like everyone you meet, or you are, like you're a mosaic of like everyone you meet. So like
Yeah.
I think it's really cool that everyone picks up on little things that people do, or like if you date someone and they do a certain thing, and then like
So
you
great. I
find
thought
yourself
about that
cutting that
too.
apple the way that they do, but then they're not in your life anymore. But like
Ooh,
you know
yeah.
what I mean? So it's like
Jeez.
everyone is a product of their environment. And then I also
We're just past people, yeah.
I was looking at 'cause I-
friends.
totally.
Yeah.
You pick up on things.
Yeah, it's crazy.
That you don't realize, or sayings, like our sayings all the time. All of a sudden, we start laughing the same when we spend like a fucking week together.
Yes,
Like, oh.
totally feel that.
Yeah.
With like Kitsy and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is so fun because it's beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
Because everyone's their own mosaic.
Yeah.
I was looking at people who like invented things past 40, and it's like Eric Yuan founded Zoom at the age of 41.
Dude,
Founded Zoom, yo.
And
Yeah,
that
that's
is
crazy.
used.
every day.
Vera Wang was a figure skater and journalist before entering the fashion industry at 40.
What?
Vera Wang, yo, now she's premier elite fashion
Damn.
designer.
All right, Vera.
So it's
Okay.
like you could
Colonel Sanders didn't start Kentucky Fried Chicken until he was like 60.
there you go. KFC.
For real.
Oh,
You
got
good?
you excited?
Wow.
She just threw up in her mouth.
Wait, what
No,
happened?
that was
She like burped and there was like a bubble.
Oh, I didn't even
She's
hear.
like, and, yeah. And he's like, Colonel
you didn't even-
McCurl. Spit on him.
I didn't even hear it.
You didn't hear that?
No. I
It's
was
literally-
looking at Ben.
That's literally crazy though. You could really invent, or like
You could do anything at any
Even-
point in time, dude.
even like I'm literally moving to this new apartment and there's like a bigger kitchen. I'm like, maybe I'm gonna start fucking cooking.
Oh.
Cooking with an amateur. I tried to make cutlets the other day. It was actually a mess.
Ooh,
And,
love
like,
cutlets.
It could just
Love
be fun.
cutlets.
It's like
Yeah, it could be.
new things happen.
I think about that all the time. I
Make your own
literally
cookbook.
think about like new hobbies that I want
yes.
Same.
to be doing, and I keep telling Monday like I want to start doing a dance class. Like I feel like I went.
Okay, well, we went to dance class and it was
yes,
lit.
and we
You
killed
went to
it.
dance
We need to
class?
talk
Yes.
about
Do you
it.
want us
What
to
the
show you our
fuck?
routine?
Why are we just
Should we
talking
show
about
you the
this
routine?
now?
Okay, wait. So we were invited to Kaki, our friend's dance class, because she goes every Friday and like, or every day maybe.
She has such rhythm and groove. She literally like is in front of the class and she's like,
Yeah.
like the way she.
All right, let's show our dance.
Yeah, she should.
So you learn
it.
choreo, you do like fitness. So we did squats
yeah,
first of all.
fuck
Literally
yeah.
one of the dance moves, guys, was like this. It was like,
yeah, literally. and Maddie's next to me, and we're also all these other girls.
Ben's
are
trying to
like these
frantically
little. They're not like they're like these. Yeah, they're like these little influencers. And me and Maddie and this other one girl, Abby, are like the tallest in the class.
Yeah.
And so we're
Abby who?
lankier.
Gendal.
Okay.
We just look so.
So we're like lankier than everyone.
lanky.
So all these girls like look the woman who was leading the class is like this little
probably-
like she's so in.
Might be, she's like your height and wearing like baggy pants. You know when people wear baggy clothes?
You
and,
know
like,
when the bitch rolls up in baggy pants, she's gonna eat.
No.
Yeah,
she's
she's
like,
gonna
and
eat
she's
a
like,
little half
she's
bun
like
on her
grabbing
head.
her crotch. I'm like,
Oh my
you're
God.
fucking sick.
Yeah, she had a half up,
Love
half
that.
down
No.
bob.
She was
cool.
sick. I was looking at her and I was like,
And then we're in
damn.
the back and like I can't even look over at Maddie and it's like
Was it funny as fuck?
It was so hilarious and so fun. The music was so loud. And all of a sudden, it's like Halo by Beyonce starts playing. It's like emotional. And like after every dance, we're like, hey!
and everyone's like singing. Never talked to any of these girls, and all of a sudden, like I'm like holding on to their hand.
But yeah, we're like holding onto their hands, getting emotional with them. Let's show you the choreographer.
Let's show you the masterpiece you worked on.
First of all, wait. Second of all, I'm also like, oh, Delaney, my friend Delaney, let me show you the dance choreographer. She's like, oh, you whipped this out of the bar last night. You don't remember? I'm like,
Yeah.
great.
No way.
Oh yeah, that's what we were saying the whole time. Right.
And we added on. Let's just make it shorter.
You added on.
No, we added.
I
was just
thought you did. We added on to the dance. I was like,
5, 6, 7, 8.
No, it's 4 steps up.
Okay, ready? 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. The bones cracking.
Hey! Yeah. Guys, literally.
And, yep.
The fucking dead silence. The dead silence.
Oh my God, it's way
Yeah,
better
no,
when
that-
there's music.
You know that sound.
But yeah.
That was hilarious.
Dude, you have to come with us.
Yeah, so
Can we like amplify the silence in the clip?
picture that, but 20 girls and
It was really
Full
That was
power.
really good, guys.
You
Like
know,
that was pretty
we
good.
left, and what better way to start your Friday morning than dancing?
Oh, it's so good.
the whole day I'm skipping around,
Hell yeah.
No, it was really
hyped up
fun.
with music stuck in my head.
I'm gonna clip that with like the basketball.
No,
shoes
Yes.
on gym
No,
court
please.
sound.
Yes.
So funny.
Oh yeah, that was really. You
That
could
was
have been
hilarious.
like, you guys couldn't have been like, okay, just left us out to dry. I guess. Ray's literally going like this.
We were both were forgetting. As you were
You could
going,
have been like, work it, something.
Meanwhile, I was giving you the
Coming
eyes.
over to each other
I
like-
kept forgetting it. It's 4 moves.
We didn't say a fucking word. That
Maybe
was
dancing
so.
isn't in the
We
future.
were too stunned.
Yeah, like you guys actually were literally like, oh my God.
Just really get into it. I'm sorry.
We
that was
did
hysterical.
this. No, it's really funny. And then they're like, all right, now look at the mirror and like dance to yourself. So all of a sudden I'm like,
Literally.
it makes me, all there you go, comes
No,
out.
she was like grabbing the wall too and like shaking it down. And
I was.
Wait, you were not the girl?
Okay, the woman who was running the class was
No.
doing it. And she's like, all right, now guys, like now face this wall. And she's like doing that. And I'm like,
Grinding on the
I
wall?
literally am watching Maddie like
Well, they were like slapping each
Debate.
other's asses. I'm like, all right, Cal.
yeah, Maddie came up and like grabbed me.
I don't know.
Guys, you didn't record any of this?
I made a vlog, but the only part in the vlog is when
Oh
we're like,
my.
as we did this dancing for a while, I was like,
Meanwhile, did you also see too?
I can't
with
believe
Garage when we went to this Garage Pilates class with like Hallie, Kate, and Jazz, they like posted it, and the video clip that they have from the workout in the background, you see me not doing the moves.
Really?
Like you see like everyone's pulsing,
Just laying there.
and I'm just literally on all fours, like
well, did you guys literally see the, there was some, Graydon was at some Pilates class.
yoga. Yeah.
He was laying down with like
Oh,
covers.
I
his
saw with Airbnb with Hallie. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Forgot. Yeah, that's yeah.
honestly like I feel that.
So unbothered. He's just like, all right,
Yep.
F it.
Yeah, but anyway, new hobbies.
So funny.
I
I'm
thought
gonna
we
get-
could get into that world.
Yeah, I love that.
New hobbies, because also that brings you back to like when you're a full-time content creator, it's like, yes, it's fulfilling sometimes, but sometimes you're like, wait,
It's like, what am I
wanna-
doing?
Yeah, like I
Like
want to do
what?
something
What
else.
am I doing?
Yeah.
I'm gonna get into scrapbooking.
Yeah, I even
Fuck
think
yeah.
though too, like it's not even just like content. Like I think you like more like so many people feel that way. Like,
Totally.
what am I even doing? Like, I know, like, my sister,
Oh,
like,
yeah.
she loves her job and, like, she's selling technology. But, like, there's some days where she's like, I've sat in this chair
Yeah.
for, like,
Yes.
what
Haven't
am I
seen the
doing with
daylight.
my day? Like, I'm 24
Yeah.
years old. Like, what am I doing?
Totally.
But
Yeah.
sorry. I know. I know. But I feel like I get like that too, where I'm like, what the fuck did I do all day?
Yeah.
Like actually, where did the time go?
I think
of
I
this
actually
day?
read one book for like 5 hours yesterday, and I only had 100 pages left, so I don't know how it took me that
You
long.
read the same page over.
Yeah.
and
That's
over.
productive. Though. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
Me.
want to get into reading because I'm going to the beach and I'm like, I probably need to read or something. But
You're going to the beach today?
no, not today. I'm like, yeah, I'm headed to the beach.
Oh.
No, like in 2
I am.
weeks. Fine. Who you are?
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
I
I
don't
don't.
have my suit.
Sorry.
Don't play with that
What
shit.
beach? Rockaway?
No.
Sorry.
Fuck no.
Probably
Mastic show.
Jesus. No.
Massic Charlie Beach.
Jesus. No. I go to like this this Dolphin Beach by my house.
Oh, okay.
You know where
maybe
John
I'll say that.
Scott's is? Oh, you do know Dolphin.
Yeah.
So you know
It's
it's like
by-
Dockers,
Like, wait.
right
actually,
across the
might be
street
wrong.
from Dockers. That's where I used to work actually for years.
Do we want to-
Dockers?
Oh, you were a server?
I was a
you worked on the dock?
busser. I was a waitress. I was a hostess.
Did you work your way up?
Yeah.
What's the
Wanna
bottom
know-
of it?
It
Busser.
goes- oh, yeah,
Oh,
busser.
duh.
I was 14.
Damn it.
And then you host. And then you serve. And I remember I came into my restaurant and I went right to being a waitress. And they were
Yeah,
like,
fuck that.
they were literally like, no one has ever done this before. Like, where did you work here before this?
Of course.
And I was like, I made it up to make it seem like it was some bougie golf course. But I literally, all I did was give out like hot dogs.
Oh, okay.
And I learned how to waitress so quickly.
Good
They were
for
like,
you.
dinner shift, Maddie. And I was
Oh,
like,
A+
hell
student,
no.
baby.
I remember they asked for like the tuna appetizer and I gave them a whole ass fucking seared tuna. And I was like, thank God the manager liked me because she would just like comp it.
Oh.
But I messed up like a few times. And the thing about being a waitress is it's just easier the more you do it. So my
Yeah.
dad was like, don't quit because it's just going to get easier. You're going to know
Yeah.
the buttons.
See, I
thought-
never found it
I
easier.
always thought that
I
thought
loved
hostess
it.
thing would be above waitress.
But hosts, think about it.
No.
Hosts, they don't make the money. Do you
No,
think
they don't
get
make the money.
tips?
Yeah.
Ray, when you were a hostess, would you like code switch
let's see what
to
you're gonna
be
say.
like nice, or would you be authentically yourself?
You're an asshole. I would be authentically my nice, loving self.
Yeah, okay.
She'd be like, hi, welcome in.
Yes.
And you know, the stand was like, it's big.
yeah, I would try to.
Like, do it.
Wait, can we hear all of your customer service voices?
Yeah.
Sure. Hey guys, how are you tonight?
See, that is not you.
All right,
Hey guys,
how are we tonight?
Yeah, like it just goes up. Hi, welcome in. I'll be taking care of you today. My name is Maddie. Everything is house made in the back. We have handmade
that's her.
crab rolls.
Yeah,
shell.
that's you.
Yeah, I'd be like,
this is the
and I
classic
loved
cab.
it.
Fuck
I'd be like,
you, Ben.
And I was like
Classic
classic, like, oh, you didn't like it when the plate was clean. Like I would just banter
You do
with
all
my
the
people.
dad jokes.
Oh
You
yeah.
would.
Listen,
They
people
love
love
me.
me.
I got written on the back of a receipt like best server ever. It was crazy.
Best server ever,
No.
right? Sitting right here.
I'll
And
take-
that's what got her this
It was like,
seat.
here's why we tipped you 30%. 1, you were kind to our daughter. 2, it was like 4 reasons.
Oh.
And an
What?
elderly couple emailed the restaurant and was like, we had the best server ever. And her name was Maddie.
That's really
awesome.
sweet.
Yeah, guys. I was pretty
Honestly,
good
that
at it.
is
It was
really-
also fun. I enjoyed it.
Like you had to have been so kind and made those people's nights that they went home and emailed.
It was like a letterhead. Like,
Yeah,
There
I
was
never
an
got
older
an
couple,
email.
and you know that they like were definitely like talking about it.
totally.
Like I find in my notes not nice things, like when my mom has like negative encounterments with like waiters or waitresses or like Delta employees, like she'll like write it in our like shared notes, and she's like,
Fuck this.
Susie from Delta, such a bitch. Canceled. Make sure to email later.
Oh,
that's
my-
hilarious.
So yeah, you have to do your customer
your
service. Well,
customer
Kelly
service.
has an ordering voice.
Yeah, I have
Yeah.
an ordering voice, but I've never really been in. But I guess I would be like, but I would be talking to kids.
Say
Should I
your
do
own
it to my
customer service
kids?
like on the phone or something.
Hello, this is Kelly Rashada speaking. How may I help you?
Wait, do it like you're ordering at a deli. Okay, let's role play.
All right.
Hey, what can I get for you?
Hi, how are you today?
Guys, that's what it is. No,
No, it is.
100% accurate.
It really is, and nothing's even coming out.
no, it's
It's so high, the voice isn't even
yeah,
activated.
because I have nodes. Okay, so
No, I
I
love
can't go
it.
falsetto.
I love it.
And we'll be all at a table literally like, hey, yeah, I'll take the clam chowder. And she's like, may I please have these?
It's a jump scare.
We all literally go around the room and then Kelly, and we're like, what the fuck? Who is that?
Literally. And then after she's like, hey guys, yeah. And we're like,
let's go. But I tried to like pay attention to it and not do it. And then I felt like I was like, yo, can I get the hot dog?
yeah, it's
So
hard.
I was like
Can I get a
overcompensating
fucking
the
hot dog,
wrong way. One day I'm gonna do it regular, like completely normal voice, and you're gonna be like,
I'll notice and be like, hey, good work.
Yeah.
I think if you actively like try. Another thing about waitressing is I sort of saw it as like a game. Like, did you ever be like, okay, gotta collect? Because what you do is you get tables, and it was the worst is when you had outside and inside because you couldn't see if the outside was done or not. If you couldn't drop. We also had runners, so I didn't drop the food.
Yeah, we had runners
which
too.
was great.
Yeah.
But it was like a game. It was like, okay, you gotta pick up Becky and Susie's money here. You gotta do this. But if it was like an 8 top, I was like, I can't mess this shit
Dude,
up.
I was so bad at waitressing. It was not getting easier. I fucking
were you
hated
bad?
it.
Really?
Why was I bad? I couldn't remember anything.
It's hard.
you guys didn't write it down on a notepad?
Of course I did. It didn't help. It was just, I'm a horrible multitasker.
Oh, me too.
Horrible multitasker. So, and Dockers is like it's like high end where there's certain levels to it that you just couldn't fuck up. Like you couldn't, I always would get so down on myself and be like, all right, forgot the fucking lobster bisque spoon, whatever.
She's going over the table. She's like, here's your mustard.
Yeah, I would get so pissed and then I'd start taking it out on them. No, I'd be so pissed. I'd be like, can you guys just go to the table for me, please? Like, I can't do this right now. And then I was having anxiety
no
one
one
day.
gets fucking
I was
lost
like
with this.
19 at this point, 18, 19, and I was like, I didn't give a fuck about anything. And my boss, luckily, he loves me, like the owner.
Which is great.
Loves me to this day.
So
like,
you two got the
loves
bosses
me.
all the time.
Oh, yeah.
And I texted him literally one day. I was like, I'm having anxiety. I cannot come in. And he was like, you're having anxiety. You can't come to your shift. I said, nope. So he's like,
You
you really
didn't go?
No.
Wow.
That was my last day.
Oh, you're like, all right, that's it. Well, that was always the thing too. Like, if you couldn't get anybody to cover you and you had to go and there was only like certain people on for lunch, you'd be like, fuck, I gotta make it to my shift.
I hated it. I hated it.
I liked cosplaying. Like, I mean, once you get the hang of it, then you feel cool and like new people come in.
Yeah.
But in the beginning, it was like really stressful. And like did you have to wear aprons?
Yes.
Like my apron was
I had to wear a whole
long to my
outfit.
feet, collared shirt.
To your feet?
Yeah, it was like an apron from my waist to my feet.
Oh, it was one of those.
I never seen those.
No, I had like an outfit. I loved my outfit. It felt great.
Yeah, it kind of was cool.
Yeah. But I felt cool when I was
I'm
getting
jealous.
it right. And when I was collecting my money, I'm
Yeah.
like, shit. Like
They pay in cash?
Yeah. Made $500 one day and I'd walk
Yes.
out and then I'd fuck up and I'd be like, wow, I should kill myself.
I'm terrible.
I should quit.
Did you have like a method of how you wrote down the orders? Like for me, I would always do like dash,
No,
pot
dude.
pie. And then like when I put it in, I would make it a plus sign.
No, it would look like somebody was blind
When
writing
the waiters
on a
or
fucking pad because I'd be
waitresses
so anxious writing their orders.
don't
Be like,
write
can you
it
say
down.
it again?
When they don't write it down, that stresses me out for them. Like when someone's taking your order and they decide not to write it down, and I'm like, there's like 20 of us. Like there's a lot of us here. Write
My
it down.
coworker used to go up to, it was a guy. He used to go up to the table of like 20.
Damn.
He would remember everything. And he'd be like just fucking around. And I've known him for years. Like
He's
since
like
I was
cracking
16.
jokes.
No, he's insane. But he would literally go up to the table and be like, all right, and be like, just like fucking around, like, and fuck with us the whole time. Like, he would be totally like, and go up to the thing and he'd
And
have like,
remember it all.
yeah, dinner shift, a million different tables. He remember everything.
No, some people are meant for it.
Yeah, dude.
I don't know if it's
So
a hot
jealous of that.
take. I prefer when people don't do that because
What? Write it down?
I get worried that they're gonna forget something. Like I'm thinking about it the
It
entire
depends.
time.
If it's a two
No, that's what I'm
people
saying.
and
Yeah, it
it's a
depends.
slow shift, then like
Yeah.
I get it. I've done it before where I'm like, but if it's busy, I'm always writing it down.
Just like
Yeah.
if we go like specifically like, and we're with some of my family that's like maybe a little older, and like I know that they'll genuinely get mad if
Ugh.
someone messes up the order.
Same. My grandpa's
I'm
like that.
Anxious because I'm like,
Oh,
please
yeah.
don't fuck up. Like,
Yeah, you're gonna ruin the whole
spinning
fucking night.
drinks,
Yeah.
throwing up. But yeah, because this will cause a fight. Like you
Yeah.
don't understand. A
Yeah.
fight
You
will
You should like
happen
pull the
after
waitress
this.
aside and be like,
Yeah.
hey,
No,
Get
it's
your pad
so
and pen,
true.
all right?
get that thing out.
My grandparents were the fucking. My grandpa's still the worst. Like he'll still like even at family events, he'll be like, "This coffee sucks."
Yeah.
He's like, "I can't even believe
Becky's
that
like,
you would
"Great,
serve me
Grandpa."
this." Yeah, Gina, like always
yeah.
at Gina's because she doesn't even like make coffee sometimes, and they'll be like, "What is this? You invite us over, you don't make us coffee? Like you don't even have coffee to serve us?" But going out with my grandparents was like the worst.
No, I know.
He's
They
just have
so
no
bad.
filter.
My grandma's like,
So bad.
we're out at a restaurant, and she's like, "Excuse me, Rachel, can you come over here?"
Yeah.
She's like, there's no carrots in bolognese, so I don't know what the hell this is. And I'm like, okay, well,
I love
this is the
that.
problem here.
Yeah.
Rachel didn't make the bolognese.
Yes.
Yeah, well,
Oh.
that's the thing. The chef, the people sometimes mess it up in the back.
Yeah.
And you're like, dude, I told you not to put on the fucking
Yeah.
nuts.
I almost just went into anaphylactic shock.
Yeah, literally.
Wait, I think I did that one time.
Really?
When I was working at this one restaurant, and I was on the phones, and she had said no. Well, it wasn't my fault. She had said no nuts on the fucking whatever it was, and I don't think she made it clear that there was a huge allergy that her kid might die. Like if I don't write it down, like no, seriously, and that was her fault. And then I said to the kitchen, I'm like, all right, no nuts. I don't know what the hell happened. She calls back. Are you fucking kidding me? Like, blah, 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 blah. I said, ma'am, I didn't. All right, first of all, you didn't tell me it was that crucial.
Yeah.
You said just don't put nuts on it. So okay, whatever. I said not to put nuts. They must have fucked it up. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And then it was a whole thing. And I'm like, you know what? I'm
You're
going
like,
to back away from. No. I never was like that. I was like, all right, I'll give you my manager, like, or I'll give you the owner.
Yeah.
I was never like an asshole, but I definitely would get
a little
annoyed.
One time, Obi was a server too, and he always has a funny story about how he was this woman. It was like one of his first days. And always the first couple of days mess up. And this woman was either ordering like Moscow mules or maybe like a Cosmo or something. Probably not a Cosmo, maybe like a Moscow mule. And there was a new guy, and he was somehow training this new guy as he was new because they just like threw him in. And he had already given the woman like 2 Moscow mules and went over, and she's like, okay, fine, I'll do one more. Like, I'll do one more. And he's like, all right, going to make it. And he's like teaching the guy that he's training how to make it. And he's like, okay, and then you put the gin in or the vodka, and then he's like, I didn't put any alcohol in this woman's gin and tonics. The past 2 I've given her.
Oh,
And
no.
meanwhile, the woman's like, oh, one more.
Oh,
She like
no.
thinks that she's literally
No
hammered.
way.
And he's like, oh my God, like,
That's
what do I do? Because
fucking
he's like,
crazy.
I can't put alcohol in it now. She's going to get it. And be like, what the fuck?
Just be like, this one's ass.
She literally thought she was like drinking.
No way.
Yeah.
Grown ass woman, by the way.
That
Yeah.
sucks. Honestly,
That's
that just thinks the next
crazy.
time she drinks because she's gonna think she's at 10.
gonna be
Wait,
like,
that's kind of crazy. Think about that though. Think about that.
Yeah.
That she didn't know.
Yeah.
And she's still sort of thinking that she's so is
It's a little
that
It's a
placebo.
little placebo.
That's a little
effect.
trippy.
Also, too, I feel like tonic water, like you don't drink it enough casually, so you could probably, unless people do.
I don't
I
know.
don't know, sometimes I feel like I get a little weird when I drink mocktails.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's and
Being
it's
so
probably
serious.
psychological a little.
I'm being so serious.
No, yeah.
I think
I'll be like,
so
ooh.
much of drinking is psychological.
Well, because think about it
Type
when you
shit.
had that non-alcoholic wine. I feel like you were even a little bit like,
I was
Yeah.
like, ooh,
You're
feeling
like,
a little crazy.
You could have
aphrodisiac.
fooled me that you had some sips of ours.
Right?
yeah.
Yeah. I definitely get a little wacky.
Yeah.
Which is so
for
fun.
sure. And then I wake up and I have a little bit, depending on
You're
the
like, oh, I
sugar.
have a headache.
I have a little headache. And I'm like, wow.
Do you think you'll go have non-alcoholic wine in Italy?
I would hope so. I think they do. They have a lot of mocktails. I was talking about this on Mocked Up. They have a lot of mocktail options in Italy, like at the restaurants.
Like more than the U.S., you think?
I wouldn't say that. No. I mean, I think it's definitely just pretty crazy that Europe, because they have such like a casual drinking culture, that I feel like they wouldn't really care about that stuff.
Yeah.
But they're pretty like inclusive with.
Would you ever move to Europe?
Would I move to Europe? Yeah. I mean, yeah. Maybe not full time, but
Like for a couple
Would you
years.
raise your family there?
ideally, yeah, maybe.
Like, why do people not?
Or
do
half
it?
and half. I
Probably
would
because,
like
I feel
to
so
do
many
half
people
and
talk
half.
about that, and then like, or like just how like they love Europe so much, but then no one.
Because it's the way of life. Yes, it's more simple and it's much more like family oriented and stuff like that. And schooling system is great and whatever. But when it comes down to it, there's just customs that you're used to here that you just like can't really resonate with there. So I don't know. I would do half and half.
Or like if I would do like my cousin did 2 years in Chicago, 2 years in Berlin, 2 years in like New Jersey.
Like full.
Like full time. They moved from their job was like, yeah, we have a Berlin office. We'd love for you to go. And they,
Oh, that's
her and
cool.
her boyfriend moved out there for like, not with kids, but I don't know, just to like immerse and experience. I think
Yeah.
it could be cool. And then like move back and have kids. She's actually
I like to
just
move around.
announced that she's pregnant again.
Oh, congratulations.
exciting.
Very exciting.
If you were to spend a year in Europe, where would you go?
South of Italy. live like a local, or Switzerland. I would probably do both.
I'd probably do south of France because, I took French. I could be like a little wee 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 wee.
She likes wee wee.
Wee, 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 wee.
I could be like wee wee wee. They're like, okay, she could say yes. What about you,
All right,
Kat?
so she's doing it for the wee. I would do Dubrovnik.
Where's
Is that Croatia?
Yeah, Croatia.
Yeah.
Word.
Yeah, I've been there. It
Word.
was really pretty, and
Very
the Adriatic
nice.
Sea's really blue.
Love.
That's sick. Or maybe I'd live in like Doolin, Ireland, which is like right on the water and really cool.
I could see you in Ireland, 100%.
Right on the cliffs.
Yeah.
It's like the tiniest
Yeah, I
town
could see
ever.
that.
I
And
feel
they're
like,
oh, where from
And
Doolin?
Dubrovnik's it's like $4, whatever it's not euros. I think it's something else. Whatever their currency is, it's like very inexpensive. So like I could like really like I think I could like make bracelets on the beach.
okay.
I really-
See, I feel like all of our places are
ourselves.
Yeah. Like
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
Croatia makes sense. Ireland. I guess I'll change mine to Ireland. Like, should we answer again? No, I'll just say I changed mine to Doolin, Ireland,
Yeah,
on the west coast.
for sure.
My sister's going to the south of France,
I
and I think I just should just go. Like, I'm really hesitant on
Dude,
booking
yeah,
the
I think you
flight.
should.
totally go.
Well, I just got my global entry, so
Yeah, I
we gotta
totally
talk
think.
about that.
we don't have to go into it.
Last year or 2 years ago, when I was doing year interning, and I crashed. One of my friends went on a Europe trip with her college friends, and she went to Catholic University, and she had like a group of like 6 girls, 6 guys, and they were going 2 weeks in Europe to Spain, Croatia, Italy, and France. And me and like my twin and one of my other friends, we did not know. We only knew our one friend. We didn't know any of the college friends. Like crashed their trip and went on
awesome.
with them for like 3 weeks, and it
Fuck
was.
yeah.
I felt like the the
best.
coolest experience. I felt like I grew more in those 3 weeks than I did when I was genuinely
100%.
in
Yeah.
college, because you're just like alone
I know, I
across
wish I
the
did that.
world.
Yeah,
like-
dude.
But you still can. That's the thing. You have so
but
much
it wouldn't-
time.
Yeah, we can still. I feel like we'll eventually, even if it's us 3, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
in next year, whatever. I would love to do like 3 solid weeks, but she's just going for 12 days south of France. And my sister and her girlfriend are meeting them out there like
Yeah, you
4
said
days
that.
in.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe I'll.
Well,
You
even
have
when
to.
Brie was talking about how she went to Ireland on like
Yeah.
that spontaneous trip, she was like,
Yes.
it was one of the best trips ever. And I feel like the more spontaneous
It
it
is.
is, like with the
Yeah,
less
that's how I
plan,
was like, fuck it, let me just go.
Yeah.
Back to, and then that's just how you have to do it. People think
Because
Europe.
people plan so much, and I'm like, planning is
Why are you
fun.
laughing?
It smells like tuna fish.
Yeah, it does smell a
I
little.
did get a waft
What the
of
fuck
tuna
is
fish.
that?
What?
I was trying to ignore it, but
I
like,
che- I
what?
checked. I
know, me
was
too.
I was like,
Smells like tuna
It
fish.
literally like smells like BO.
Yeah, it
like
smells like
ripe
BO, yeah.
BO.
Ew.
I literally breathed it.
Is
and I
it
was
one
like,
of us?
No,
No, I
it's
don't know.
like
Where
food
someone
or
must have
something.
walked by.
Holy
you
shit,
smell that?
it's rancid.
Dev's face is like,
Yeah.
Well, do you?
I literally can taste it.
I think what? Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say it's different for you because you have a friend out there who like knows all around and you've been out there.
Yeah,
But like planning like 2 days here and 2 days here kind of stressed me out a little. Like I feel like I'd want to get there and float around.
yeah. You know, people think Europe is like supposed to be such a fucking to do. Like, yeah, okay, you can be like that, and if you want to have some sort of a plan and follow it and it makes you feel better, sure. But I would say that it's way more invigorating to just be spontaneous and like
Yeah.
just get there. Like when I get excuse me, what the fuck is that smell? It's like just hit my throat.
Wait, this is so, that'll be fun.
What's it called?
When you get there.
When you get there, it's way more fun and like you could just do it. And even just going to Europe in general is like a good spontaneous thing to do. It's
Totally.
not like a
100%.
huge thing that it's like an 8-hour
Shouldn't
flight.
stress you out. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not that crazy because like if you think about it, I want to hear what you want to say, but if you think about it, from here to Canada driving is like 8 hours.
Yeah.
People think it's like a whole different world.
Or from here to fucking North Carolina is 8
yeah, it's
hours.
really not that fucking
No,
crazy.
it's different. Like going to Australia is like
That's
deep.
Yeah, that's a
or
whole.
South Korea. Like those are a little bit more intense.
I think it's crazy
Europe
because
is
like what's hard about it is like I mean, there's a lot of tourists and stuff. Never mind. Just skip what I was gonna say.
What? Go ahead.
As someone who hasn't been to Europe, I think people's idea of like when you go to Europe, you just have to hit everything is because when you're there, you're so close to so many other things.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna buy the plane ticket and you're gonna take an 8-hour flight, might as well
Yeah.
just
Oh,
like
100%.
Bang it out.
Yeah,
That's
no.
my
I
assumption
totally-
outside looking in.
Totally agree. That's if you want to see those types of, like, if you
Yeah.
want to see all the monuments and shit. Like, am I
No,
saying that right?
no, yeah.
Monuments,
The monuments.
museum.
And
Yeah.
See, my problem is that like the 2 times I've been to Europe, I went with people who planned it all out for me, so I can't. I don't know.
It's a lot of
I don't
work,
know
but it's
because
a
I feel
lot
like
of
they put
fun
it all
to
the
do.
Yeah,
work,
like
so I
my
don't know
sister's
if
so
they
type
didn't.
A and a Virgo, so she's like
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
planned out. But I'm like, I'll
Yeah,
meet you
me
at the
too.
club and just chill on the beach.
Yeah,
Yeah, no.
I liked like the days when we had like we're like we definitely want to try this like historic cafe.
Yes.
That's like
Yes.
the oldest one in Paris, and then we definitely want to see this museum. But like, let's just walk around in between and see what else.
Just see where the wind
We
is.
find.
Yeah, totally.
So if you're going to Europe, we support it, and I might see you in France. Now we're gonna get into Get Stumped because we were just riffing on a lot. And I
of
love
riffing.
talking to you guys, but it's time to get
Sometimes I
stumped.
just remember
Ben's
all of a
gotta
sudden I'm
catch a
looking over,
flight.
like we're talking into mics. So-
My flight boards in 1 hour.
Oh
Does
my
it actually?
Ben.
let's get stumped.
All right, let's get stumped, Dev.
All right, I actually found these on Reddit. I thought they were good though.
Oh, dear.
Ooh, love.
Would you rather be fluent in every language or master every instrument?
Oh my god,
That's a good one.
this is
Fuck.
like
I
splitting
think
my heart
actually
in half.
I've gotten asked that question before.
Well, what do you think's sexier?
Fluent in every language, I think, for me. Because
They're so
I feel like I can
good.
use that more. I feel like if I knew all the instruments, I wouldn't be. What am I going to host concerts? I'm like one man show.
But they say like knowing, so both are good for your brain. Like knowing instruments and knowing different languages are both like really beneficial to you.
it would just be so cool to like go anywhere and be like, oh, I can talk to you.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go instruments more because I feel like I would be able to entertain myself for the rest of my life. All of a sudden, I'm like,
In a room, like
yeah.
I think yeah, I agree because there's a lot of emotions that can go along and you can like hit a lot of
Yeah.
internal things.
I mean, whipping out the piano and being epic at it
Yeah.
and doing like a fur release could be really cool.
yeah, or the
it's more
sax.
expressive.
But I'm
and you can
sticking to
express
language
yourself.
because I'm trying to be more opinionated.
That's fine. Good. Great. Stand on your ground, bitch.
Hell yeah.
Well, I'll play the
instruments.
sax.
Every time I wear
Ray will play
Slicky
the
Ricky, I
piano,
can't
and you'll
leave,
sing in
like-
Sweden.
Yeah, I think the piano's sing in
Swedish?
Swedish.
I'm Swedish.
Wait, I love that.
Yeah.
I
Somebody's
actually
gotta
don't even
do
know
it.
if that's the I don't know what the
Like,
official
what if I literally could? We could go to the Netherlands and I'd be like,
Yeah.
guten Tag.
And we'll be like,
What would our,
harmonica.
we've already,
have you guys seen that guy singing? He mouths a harmonica and it's so funny.
no, but I can kind of do this with my mouth.
They're like,
little trumpet.
That's
Yeah.
actually kind of cool.
it is cool.
I can also go, I'm stuck in a closet. I can't get out. I'm stuck in a closet.
It's fucking
All right,
insane.
Ray, now let's see your mouth
I
tricks.
can't do it. I've tried. Wait.
I'm stuck in a closet. I can't get out. I'm stuck in a closet. I can't get out.
Wait,
You
actually
could be
did
a
it pretty good.
Well, your mouth is like
I
this.
can't do it.
Open.
Mm.
I'm
Fucking
stuck in a
asshole.
closet. I can't get out. All right. Wow.
Holy,
All right, next question.
holy shit. Holy shit.
What would you rather find in your home? 1,000 cockroaches or one person?
What if it's Santa?
Ew, like is the person a murderer?
It's not someone you know.
Is it a murderer?
I just asked that.
Like,
No, I'm
Oh,
sorry.
did you?
I'll take the person.
Holy shit.
I'll take my chances against the person because if you kill a cockroach, then what if you step on one
No,
and
I
they
do a person
have
too.
kids
Person.
on your feet?
If I found 1,000 cockroaches, I would burn the house down, and they probably all planted eggs, and there'd be 1,000 more than
whoa. Yeah, no.
Seems like a lot, especially too, because if it's a person, then either if they kill me, then like I don't really have problems to deal with after. And then,
Yeah.
I just
or
feel
could
like
It's
kill
honestly,
them.
it's like fuck it at that
But if I have the
point.
cockroaches, then I have I have so much to deal with then.
Yeah.
1,000 cockroaches in my apartment now.
So just kill me instead.
Yeah, just kill me.
No, I can't.
There's too many problems with the cockroaches. Just fucking kill me.
Boom.
Put the murderer in my house. Sorry.
Just end it.
Would you rather have a horizontal butt crack or a vertical mouth?
Oh my god.
Horizontal ass.
What's a horizontal butt crack?
horizontal ass crack?
Like your
Dude,
whole
you have to
cheeks
bring-
are this way?
You'd have to customize the toilet everywhere you went.
No, you would just have to
asshole
go like,
still is in the same
you would have
place.
to go like this.
Asshole is still in the same place.
Did you just show me how to sit?
Yeah, I'm like, that's how it goes.
That's not even true. It's just a horizontal ass crack. So the hole stays the same. Hello.
Oh yeah. What
Hello?
underwear are you wearing, right?
Hole
What
is
underwear
in-
are you gonna wear?
Customized. No.
Customized.
What
A
was the other
belt?
one?
You're strapping a
Vertical
belt
mouth.
in there?
Vertical mouth. Hey.
Yeah, like this. Let a slit in your
Ima-
fit. No.
How would you make out with
Who's he?
anybody?
Like a fish.
Make out.
I'm not. It's not happening. Vertical ass crack. Horizontal ass crack.
Yeah, horizontal ass crack because you could still wear pants and cover that
Wait,
up.
that's
and then-
actually such a weird way to think about your ass.
You guys would
crack.
actually, I obviously agree with the horizontal ass crack. I don't need anything else going on with my mouth. But with
Anything
the
else going on?
What's going on with your
What
mouth?
the fuck is going on with your mouth?
Do you have some internal
know.
issues in your mouth, or
but picture out how uncomfortable that would be every time you wear jeans or any pant that has a seam down the crack.
it would just look like you have one huge sheet
yeah,
on
but
one side.
you would have a wedgie every second of your
No,
life.
they would be
Why?
stacked. You would,
Because think about
guys,
it. This is horizontal. This is vertical, and yours would be going this way. So you would always have your pants would always go against the grain.
I don't know if that they're just stacked ass cheeks.
stacked cheeks. Yo.
Stacked cheeks.
That would look sick. Do you guys have a low butt crack or a high butt crack?
Oh, dear Jesus Christ.
Oh,
Yeah, we
Jesus
talked about
Christ.
I don't know.
Plumber's
I actually
crack.
really don't know.
I have a low crack.
Plumber's crack.
I don't know if I do or not.
Well,
How
we
can
were
you tell?
discussing this on Fishbowl, and then we were like, "Oh, actually, I don't think that's a thing." But
I
then,
think I have a low.
because like if you can wear low waisted jeans really well, and like your
I-
crack doesn't show, then like you have a low butt crack. But some people have a high butt crack.
I think I have a low ass crack.
Lit. Whoa! Ben just looked up plumber's ass crack. Everybody, this like cat. Was that all the stuff? Get stumped? Well, what a fun episode. We really rehashed a lot and
And got deep.
got deep. And if you are just going into an internship right now or starting a new job or closing a door and you don't see the other one opening yet, that's okay. Take some time, write some stuff down, figure
Journal.
out your
Yeah.
gut.
One decision at a time, one day at a time.
And everything's going to be okay. And we love you on this slot.
Yeah.
And,
And get to Europe.
get to Europe. And thanks for listening. And if you're a server, you can do it.
You can do it. Collect those coins.
Collect them. We
Collect
love
them,
you.
guys. We love
like,
you.
subscribe. See you later. It smells like tuna.
Ew.